We'll start today's class laying down. So find your way to a comfortable spot. You could always lay on the couch, or if you're in your bedroom, you could lay on some other surface other than the floor if you want. Otherwise, heading on down and maybe reaching your arms and legs out long for Shavasana, maybe constructive rest pose, standing your feet up near the edges of your mat, and eventually resting your knees together at the center. Continue to just kind of situate yourself and settle in, beginning now to notice things here. Is there anything you might want to adjust before being here for a few more minutes? Maybe taking a few sighs, a couple of clearing breaths at some point, and maybe closing your eyes or just kind of zoning out the vision so you're not really looking at anything in particular. And becoming even more aware of the breath now. Seeing if we can get right into that proper oral posture, diaphragmatic breathing. So, a little reminder on the proper oral posture is sealing the lips, relaxing your jaw. So, it's just a hint of space between the biting surfaces of your teeth, and then gently pressing or resting your tongue up on the roof of your mouth. If it's available to breathe through your nose, go ahead and imagine or sense that your nasal passageways are clearing and widening. So each breath becomes easier and easier, deeper and deeper, letting your torso, your belly expand in all directions with each breath in, and letting it all out. No effort to you, just kind of letting it release. Taking as many sighs along the way, or any sounds, or I don't know, any other kinds of noises you'd like to make. You might rest your awareness at the navel center and just kind of be with that rising and falling of the navel with your breath. If you would like to set a dedication or intention for your practice, feel free to bring that to mind now. And we work on focus a lot, whether you really realize it or not during our practice. And today will be no different. We'll have kind of a theme of zeroing in and kind of becoming clear on your path, becoming clear on the movements we'll do, and relating beyond just the physical space, that act of deciding whether or not you choose to do intentions or goals, or just create new affirmations with the new year, or with your birthday, or whatever kind of schedules you're on. There's a lot of magic in just deciding what your intention is for class, deciding what specifically you're trying to achieve. And it doesn't have to be, society's rules of success and achieving and productivity. These can be goals as simple as zeroing in on wanting to be generous or deciding to set boundaries. I forget the exact quote, but there's a quote that goes something like creating the or deciding on the intention facilitates the intention's completion, something like that. Just simply setting things in motion with that specific point of focus, I think, is usually the hardest part. So, considering your intention here, or maybe setting one if you haven't had a moment to think about it quite yet, let's zero in. It might stem from a feeling you'd like to promote or feel in your own life, or maybe something else just naturally arises. And once you've decided, checking through the body again, relax the jaw, relax your shoulders, unclenching the fists, the hands, softening the hips and your legs. Let's take 3 clearing breaths. We'll inhale through the nose and sigh through the mouth. 2 more like that. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes, maybe letting your head roll side to side. Eventually reaching for a long body stretch, arms and legs reaching and stretching in opposite directions, maybe circling ankles and wrists or wiggling fingers and toes. Ooh, I just always want to yawn when I stretch like this. And let's get right into a side bend with banana pose. Walking your heels over toward the right edge of your mat, maybe crossing the left heel up and over the right ankle, and then grabbing hold of the left arm and directing your upper body toward the right as well. So we're creating that banana shape, side bending. And we're thinking more about that left side here. We're creating space and length. With your inhales, spread the left fingers out wide. With your exhale, slowly making that left hand into a gentle fist. So just mirroring your breath with that left hand. Inhale, widen out the hand. And exhale, a little fist. One more time. And resetting. And then heading to the other side. So eventually walking your heels over toward the left edge, maybe crossing your right over the left this time before grabbing hold of the right arm and side bending toward the left, expanding through that right side. And we'll inhale, spreading the right fingertips wide. And exhale, soften into a gentle fist. Continuing to mirror your breath. Just one or two more rounds. And then back to center. Let's bring the arms down by our sides and cue up for a couple rounds of breathing. Bridge pose, so bending your knees and standing your feet up. Pick the pelvis up just enough so you can tuck your tailbone under and then set back down. So you feel like the sacrum is more or less, kind of flat on the mat. We'll press the arms down, press the upper shoulders down, and inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis, reaching high, squeezing the glutes and the quads, the thighs here at the top. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale as you rise, bridge. And exhale as you lower. Keep going here. We've got our point of focus. Let's see if we can maintain this awareness of breath and movement. Maybe you can feel those muscle groups kind of warming up. Then when it feels right to you, let's come down to the bottom, hug the knees in toward the chest, and take a little bit of free movement, rocking a little side to side or up and down the spine, circling the knees. Just never gets old. I love this. I always feel like I need like a massaging pressure there at the sacrum. It just, I don't know. There's a lot going on there. Okay. Let's do a little active twisting here as well. So we'll keep the knees lifted, arms out wide. We're inhaling at the center here. And then exhale, dip and twist the knees toward the right as you turn your head toward the left. Right away, inhale, using your abdominal strength, coming back up to center, gazing straight up. And exhale, knees lowering and twisting to the left as you turn your head to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Find your flow with it, letting your breath really be the guide, setting the pace. We started on the right, so next time you are done with the left side, we'll come back to center and lower the feet back down. We'll let the knees now go side to side in a windshield wiper like movement. You could try bringing your feet close together and doing this windshield wiper motion. You might toe heel your feet out a little wider and do the motion. So go ahead and just feel into what feels like the sweet spot. If you're feeling any kind of things happening in the knees, maybe walking your feet out toward the top of your mat a little more. All right, we're gonna come up to a seat, either rocking up and down the spine a couple of times or turning onto your side and then pressing your way up to a seat. Right away, heading to hands and knees. Take your time, grabbing any knee cushioning if you'd like. And hands more or less beneath the shoulders, knees more or less beneath the hips. Let's spread the fingertips out a little bit here, gripping down through the palm or the fingertips and the palms. Inhale, cow pose, gaze lifts, belly lowers. Exhale, cat rounding up through the spine, tucking your chin and tailbone. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Keep going now. Next time you are in cat pose with your spine rounded up, we can just kind of pause there and breathe as you reach your ear toward its respective shoulder a couple times, just kind of letting your head go side to side. Maybe nodding the head yes or no. And then work your way on to extended child's pose, bringing the knees out wide and the big toes touching behind you. You can always keep your seat lifted if that feels better on your knees and just come down to the forearms or reaching the hands out wide or up top. Or, of course, sinking through the head and heart, sinking the seat toward the heels. I invite you to consider a new way of trying to have a hand position here. So maybe you flip your palms toward the sky. Maybe you touch some of the fingertips to each other or create another kind of symbol or movement. Just go ahead and let your hands find some kind of new way of being in this pose. Maybe coming up to the fingertips, or maybe your arms come out wide. Have you ever brought the arms out wide? Couple more breaths. And then start to rise back up. Let's find our first downward facing dog, grabbing our blocks up toward the top of the mat. Curl your toes under, pick up the knees, and reach your tailbone high. Find your breath here first, and then maybe pedal the legs out, bending and straightening opposite knees. Remembering to keep just a gentle bend in the elbows. And letting the feet find stillness for a few moments. And then bend your knees and look up toward the top of your mat, but then walk your hands to the back of the mat. So you end up in a ragdoll forward fold at the back of your mat. Now there's always a million different things you can add on here. Today I'm feeling the pillow edition. So if you have any cushions here, maybe you could kind of wedge something between the lower body and the legs and just kind of feel how the back just kind of like wraps around. Maybe your feet just go out a little wider today. Breathing and finding some traction, some space there through the vertebrae in the neck. Let's slowly rise up, bending the knees and walking your hands up your legs or props. Getting a little shake going here. Just starting to intuitively get a little shakeout going, maybe lifting and lowering the heels. It's always kind of a good place to start. I think so. We'll just keep going, go with what comes up. We'll eventually meet up in a willow tree pose with the feet out just a little wider and the arms kind of twisting side to side. Maybe keeping your gaze straight ahead, especially if you get dizzy. We'll bring the hands into gentle fists, then kind of bend your elbows so you end up kind of hitting lightly on your upper chest and your lower back. So I'll try not to hit the mic again, but just still kind of passive. So try not to use your arms, the strength of your arms too much. It's more like a passive momentum kind of movement. Don't forget about the back, just kind of tapping there. Whoop. And then we're slowing it down, coming to stillness. Toe heel your feet in if they were way out wide. Take a look at your feet. Mountain pose here, flipping the palms to face the front of your space. With an inhale, let's bring the shoulders up toward the ears. And then exhale back and down. Let's do that again. Inhale, shoulders lift up. Exhale back and down. One more time. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. This time, as we breathe in, let's rise up to the tippy toes. Exhale, lower. Just keep doing that for a few rounds. You can always adjust where your feet are or grab hold of something for support. Inhaling as you come to the tippy toes. Maybe your arms reach as well. And then exhale, lower. Keep going. Maybe 3 more rounds. All right, let's give the legs a little shake out at the back. We're gonna come to stand on the left foot and find one-legged mountain pose with your right knee lifting. You can kind of get used to it here, keeping your right toes down. Eventually, maybe you flex your right ankle and lift your right knee a little bit. And with your next exhale, let's straighten the right leg, step into the right heel, and transfer all the way to the right foot. Inhale, left knee lifts high, or, three-legged or one-legged mountain. Exhale, straighten, step into the left foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee lift. Exhale, straighten. Go ahead and step. Inhale, left knee lift. Exhale, straighten and step on down. Now we should be close to the top of our mat. Take a look at your feet, wiggle your toes. And then once again, mountain pose with the hands down by your sides and the palms facing forward. Inhale, reach both hands high. Exhale, baby back bend. We'll goalpost the arms, bending the elbows, lift through the chest, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale, baby back bend again. One more. Inhale, reaching high. And exhale, baby back bend. Go ahead and lower your arms. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, right knee lift. Exhale, step that right foot back and lower your right knee to the floor. Your hands can come to your blocks if you'd like. And lower your hips forward and down slightly, no more than like 50%. We want to keep some engagement, some muscle engagement here through the right leg and that right hip flexor area, the glutes as well. So kind of holding yourself in place here with an inhale, let's sweep the arms up and overhead, finding our crescent moon. Exhale, arrow pose. We're going to sweep the arms forward and then down and back. The important part here is hugging the shoulder blades together behind you. So you're kind of opening the chest up. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms reaching forward and up. And exhale, arrow pose. Bringing your hands down to the floor blocks. Let's step that left knee back to meet your right, and then lower yourself down to your stomach. Keeping the hands next to your chest, elbows hugging in by the edges or to the sides. Inhale, baby cobra. We're lifting and lengthening through the head and chest. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, lower. One more time, making sure that the head is, you're looking straight down. So we're inhaling as we rise, but the head is staying straight on the spine. And exhale, lower down. I hope that made sense. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. And exhale back to child's pose. Your knees could be out wide, or your knees could be a little closer together. You might try stacking your forearms or exploring any other variations you know of. Or just settle in. We'll have 2 more breaths. With an inhale, rise back up to tabletop, grabbing blocks, and exhale, downward dog. Breathing in, rising up to the tippy toes, and exhale, sinking your heels toward the floor. Staying right here, inhale, and exhale. One last breath in, and one last breath out. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. The right toes are lifting up behind us, right leg. Exhale, step just that right foot forward. Lower your left knee down to the mat. Untuck your back toe if you'd like. With an inhale, let's rise up. Crescent moon. And exhale, arrow pose. Breathing like normal here. We're going to go from low arrow to high arrow. So to the best of your ability, let's curl the left toes under, pick up that left knee, just kind of pop up to your arrow. And now up to airplane. So we're just kind of stepping the left foot forward. Airplane pose. Inhale, bring that left knee in, 1-legged mountain. And exhale, set it right back down. Bring hands together at heart center and just take a moment to notice what's going on. My arms want to just kind of shake out a little bit. If there's anything that your body's asking you to do, follow those cues. Eventually settling into equal standing pose, samasthiti. So next time we're going to go through this low arrow, high arrow, airplane, 1-legged mountain pose series. Let's have that focus, that aim. So in order to prepare even more, let's just visualize ourselves going through those poses. So I will cue it as if we're moving, but just go ahead and keep standing here in stillness with your hands together at your heart center. Go ahead and imagine yourself in your child's pose. Taking a belly breath there. Inhale, imagining yourself up to tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, step your left foot forward only and set your right knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, low arrow. Inhale, high arrow, tucking that toe under, lifting up. Exhale here, making your way to airplane in your own way, maybe stepping that foot up a little bit. And eventually take a big breath in and come up to 1-legged mountain pose. And exhale, stepping your foot down. Here we are, hands at heart center. Taking a few moments. Zeroing in. Let's take a clearing breath in through the nose And a sigh, release. With an inhale, let's bring all of the weight into the left foot now. Is that the one we did? No. Did we do the right foot first? Or the left foot? I can't remember which one we lifted. I think we shift weight into the left foot. Nope, 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 nope. We're standing on the right foot. We're inhaling and bringing the left knee up. One leg, or yep, one-legged mountain. Exhale, step that left foot back. And then lower your left knee to the floor. Shift the hips forward, getting a little bit of a stretch through the left hip flexor. Then just go about halfway and engage the legs, engage the glutes here. With an inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, crescent moon. Exhale, arrow pose. Inhale, crescent moon. And exhale, bring your hands down to your blocks. Let's step the right knee back to meet the left in your tabletop. Feel free to come up to high plank if you prefer. And then with an exhale of your choosing, lower your knees and lower your chest. Let's do 3 more rounds of our baby cobra. We're inhaling as we rise. All of the muscles throughout the back side of the body here are working together. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, lower down. Last time, let's inhale and rise. Let's stay lifted here. Stay lifted for your exhale. Inhale, press your way up to tabletop. And exhale to child's pose. Let's get that focus zoomed in here. We know our goal. We know what's coming next. Our little sequence that we visualized. So go ahead, take it at your own pace. I'll of course cue it up in my own way, but feel free to be ahead or behind. You're not really ahead or behind, you're just doing it your own way, which is great. So when you're ready, let's inhale, rise up, tabletop, grabbing your blocks, and exhale, downward dog. Breathing in and out. 2 more like that. Inhale, 3-legged down dog, left toes lift. Exhale, step just that left foot forward, lowering the right knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, low arrow. 1 more like that. Inhale, sweeping the arms high, little back bend. Exhale, low arrow. Curl your right toes under, pick up your right knee, regular arrow pose. Breathing as you make your way to your airplane, lifting your right toes up behind you or grabbing for some support. Checking in with yourself, see if you're ready, eventually coming up to 1-legged mountain with your right knee lifting. And exhale, lower it down. Shake it out. And then we'll bring hands together at heart center here at the top. Take a moment, closing your eyes, tuning inward. Directing your aim back to your personal intention. Take a big breath in through the nose and a sigh through the mouth when you're ready. Go ahead and make your way down to the floor. Let's hug the knees in once you get all the way down to your back. And once again, massaging out the low back by circling the knees or rocking a little bit, side to side or up and down. And we'll head into a twist next, bringing the feet down to the floor here. Let's scoot on over toward the left edge of the mat, bringing the arms out wide, and start to twist and lower your knees over toward the right. If you have something you could put between the knees, that could be nice. Props, always welcome and encouraged. And settling into your twist, you're welcome to stay right here or add on a toe lock, reaching the right two peace fingers like you're making a peace sign, and the thumb, we're going to use those fingers to reach down. See if you can grab hold of the left big toe. You might just stay here. This could be a good stretch, or maybe just hold on to your knee here. For holding onto the toe, we've got the option to start to straighten or almost straighten any amount. Straighten that left leg a little bit here. Staying if it feels interesting and comfortable. Eventually going back to your regular variation anytime. Softening as much as you can here for our last 3 breaths on this side. And then we'll start to switch sides, bringing the knees up toward the center. Let's scoot over toward the left edge of the mat and then allow your knees to twist on over toward the left, bringing your props with you if that's your style. You might turn your head toward the right. Checking for any areas of over efforting. I just found like 3 areas I was just like clenching and holding. Just soften into it. Option 2, take the left hand, peace fingers and thumb, reaching down for your right big toe, possibly just staying here and holding, or straightening or almost straightening that right leg on off toward the left side. Take your time with that. You can always release and come back to your regular variation anytime. Checking for excess tension once more. Somehow it always creeps in. 2 last breaths here. And then making your way back to center. If there are any last poses or movements that you are wanting before our final rest here, feel free to move in those ways. Otherwise, as soon as you're ready, let's choose on or decide on a place to rest. I'm gonna bring something under my knees today. This bolster just is calling my name. Maybe you head into Shavasana or constructive rest pose like you were in the beginning. Gotta grab my little pillow for my head. Making yourself cozy, tending to your needs. And checking in again with that proper oral posture. Jaw is relaxed, teeth are slightly parted, but the lips are sealed. Your tongue up on the roof of your mouth, widening or imagining that you're widening your nostrils, your nasal passageways, and seeing if it becomes or if it can become a little easier over time, more natural to rest in this position. And I know that making yourself comfortable and tending to your own little needs at a time like this when the world is just, there's always something tragic going on, things that are in our awareness. And I think that spending even just a few minutes tending to your comfort, I feel can help us stay open-hearted more in the world with our families and friends, with the strangers, all the other people and beings on this planet. It's hard to keep our hearts open, to bear witness and not let it break you. And I think that these little moments here, resetting, feeling safe and physically comfortable so that you kind of build this relationship of trust with yourself, with your nervous system. We can stay open hearted to the best of our abilities, knowing that we'll honor our capacity, we'll honor our needs for rest. There's only so much information any person can take. Got to remember to give ourselves those moments to recoup, refocus. So that we can go back out there and create the relationships that we want, create the communities and the cities and states, or maybe beyond that, making your dreams come into reality if that's meant to be. We can't just push, push, push and go, go, go and work harder and harder. We have to rest. Taking a few more minutes here to honor that need for rest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. If you feel ready to begin reawakening, let's do so gently with wiggles of fingers and toes. Maybe opening and closing your jaw, yawning, swallowing. Eventually making your way to the fetal position on either side, slightly tucking in the knee. Taking a breath here and then pressing your way on up to a comfortable seat, trying to be in no hurry. Let's join hands at heart center here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Together, bringing thumbs up to third eye center. Let's seal in our practice with a bow forward together now. Peace. All right. Thank you, everyone.